Alright, boys, we got week 4 of the scripted NFL season. And Thursday night, we're going to have the Lions versus the Packers. 2-1 teams. Packers at home. I think I'm going to pick the Lions here, boys. Lions versus Green Bay, yeah, I'm going to pick the Lions. Just because Green Bay, they won that game last week. A game they shouldn't have won. And the Lions, they lost. So I think they're going to right that ship. The Lions will be 3-1. The Packers will be 2-2. All right, next, we got the Falcons versus the Jags. I'm going to take the Jags here. There's no way the Jaguars are going to go 1-3. Next, we got the Dolphins versus the Bills. I think everybody's going to pick Miami here, so I'm going to pick the Bills, boys. All right, next we got the Broncos versus the Bears. 2 stinkers. Wow, I don't know where to go with this one. This one can go either way. I'm going to go with Denver just because the Bears are just that bad too. But the Broncos just gave up 70 points last week. So, it actually is a tough one. But the Bears gave up like 50 points. So it's going to be a hard one. I'm going to pick the Broncos. All right, next we got the Ravens versus the Browns. The Browns are at home, 2-1. I'm going to go with the Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns. All right, next we got the Bengals versus the Titans. Oof, this is going to be a good game. Cincy versus the Titans. This one can go either way. Both these teams are struggling, but both these teams can get it going at any moment. I think I'm leaning towards the Bengals here, but I also think it's going to be a down year for the Bengals. So, I don't know. This is a tough game to pick here. I think I'm gonna go with Tennessee, actually. Not because they're better, just because this game seems weird to me. Now we got the Rams versus the Colts. It's going to be another good game. I'm going to pick the Colts. Now we got the Bucks versus the Saints. It's going to be a good game as well. A lot of good games this week. I think I'm going to go pick the Saints here, though. Just because of how they had the Saints lose the game last week. And the Bucks have looked all right. But I'm going to pick the Saints here. All right, now we got Washington versus Philadelphia. I think a lot of people are going to pick Philadelphia. I'm kind of leaning towards Washington just because they're that team that comes and spoils everything. I'm picking the Commanders to win this game. A W for W. Washington. Now we got the Vikings versus the Panthers. They're both 0-3. I'm gonna pick the Vikings. The Vikings had 4 fumbles last week. They could have easily beat the Chargers. Panthers are not that good. A little bit better with Andy Dalton. I'm picking the Vikings. Alright, now we got the Steelers versus the Texans. Be careful picking this game, because we saw what the Texans did last week, so they're not as bad as people think. Or maybe the Jaguars aren't as good as people think. Who knows? We're going to find out real soon. But I think the Texans have a chance to win this game. They're going to be at home. The Steelers are coming off a big win. I'm taking the Texans here, boys. Call me crazy. All right, now we got the Raiders versus the Chargers. This game seems easy to pick, but the script is the Chargers coach don't know what he's doing. They easily could have lost that game last week. The Raiders, they haven't looked good since week 1, and even that week they didn't look good. So it's hard for me to pick either team here. And we know Justin Herbert's the best player on the field, but his coach gets in his way of winning. So with this is really a coin flip right here. I'm only going to pick the Raiders just because they haven't won since week 1, and the Chargers just won. That's the only reason. I think they're going to make it an uphill climb. They don't want it to be too easy to predict. So I'm going to pick the Raiders. But I don't think the Raiders are better, though. Just keep that in mind. None of these picks are based off wins, or none of these picks are based on who I think is better or worse. It's just for that week only. Now we got the Pats versus the Cowgirls. Now this game, I think the Cowboys are going to bounce back. But the Patriots always give them problems. I wouldn't be surprised if New England came up in there and smacked them. But I just don't know how New England's going to stop that pass rush. But they did lose a corner, so they should be able to throw on them. And don't forget, New England used to have Stephon Gilmore, so they know how to attack him. They know his weaknesses, if this is real football, but it's not. But they're going to be talking a lot of that. Listen for them talking about how the Patriots know him, and they're going to expose him. So that's why I'm picking the Patriots to win this game. Now we got the Cardinals versus the Niners. I wouldn't be so quick to pick the Cardinals here, boys. The Cardinals have been in every game this year. They're supposed to be the worst team in the league. And they kind of look like middle of the road based on what we got. I do think the Niners will win this game, but the Cardinals are not going to make it easy for them. So I'm picking the Niners. But guys, don't be surprised if them birds come in and they beat them. Don't be surprised if the Niners lose to a Cardinal, okay? And they might lose to an Eagle later in the year, but that's neither here nor there. Now we got the Chiefs versus the Jets. I think it's going to be way too easy to pick the Chiefs here. The Jets stink without Aaron Rodgers. Zach Wilson is putrid, but that defense is amazing. I'm talking, it is great. I think that defense is going to keep them in the game, and the reason why they'll stay in the game, but ultimately the Chiefs going to win, though. Alright, now the last game, we got the Seahawks versus the Giants. With this, both New York teams are home, so they're going to be sharing a team 2 nights away from each other, so that's interesting. Seahawks versus the Giants. I'm leaning towards the Seahawks, but don't be surprised if the Giants turn it around and beat them. Seahawks are traveling across the country. I don't really like either team in this game, but I think I'm going to pick the Giants just because. Well, hold on. If Saquon Barkley does not play, there's no way the Giants are winning. If Saquon Barkley does play, I still don't think there's a way the Giants are winning. I'm picking the Seahawks. But really, though, the Giants can win, though. It all depends on where the bets are. If there are too many people betting on the Seahawks, the Giants will win this game. But for now, I'm picking the Seahawks. And that's how we're going to end that, boys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.